this particular series, which heads back to Philly. Speaking of Philly, we'll look at that box score again, and we see the shooting percentage for the Knicks was insane, and Danny Green does join us again as promised. I'm going to get to the New York piece in a minute, but as a guy that's familiar with Nurse, Coach Nurse, and seeing the kind of adjustments that can be made on the way to a playoff title, in your case, in Toronto, what do you expect to see him do well? I mean, they did it against Boston in terms of adjustments. What would you expect?
Hard to tell with this type of gap. You know, I think he's going to have them obviously hope to make them make shots. Well, not make them make shots. They hope they make more shots next game. Play harder, play smarter, execute the game plan. You know, it was just a cold night. There's a lot of carryover from their series and other series. Knicks came out confident and hot, which they had in Atlanta series, and Sixers were fatigued. The best thing that they got out of tonight's game was that they didn't have to play 40 minutes. Like, a lot of those guys got a chance to be on the bench and rest some. They only played 20, 25 minutes. So need to get them legs back under them, reset a little bit, get some rest, recovery, hopefully make some more shots, and then, you know, obviously do what the game plan is and slow them down. Jalen Brunson got hot. He knocked down shots, and they were super efficient. I don't think the Knicks will shoot that greatly, and I don't think the Sixers will shoot that poorly. Sometimes it seems like it's not that simple, but I think it comes down to that. And, yeah, it's hard to shoot 63% with no defense on you. And 51 from three, that's tough to do with nobody guarding you. So I just don't see that happening again.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Only this Knicks team, of course, these last few games, I mean, you're talking history. It's 3 consecutive wins by 25 or more in the playoffs. That's never happened before. And they seem to have found a rhythm. Jalen said they trust each other, believe in each other, and I appreciate the answer, but it's got to be more than that. As a guy who made his living shooting the ball, what do you see on that end for New York that looks so good?
I think it could be just as simple as that. It looks like they're coming together at the right time. This is just a team that we thought was great, had high expectations for, and they're showing it. You know, they're finally focused, intense, and locked in and being together. Like, they're super efficient tonight. Obviously, Jalen Brunson got hot in that first half. But the last 3 nights, you know, OG has been kind of leading the charge. Cat got in foul trouble. But there's always somebody stepping up. Whether who goes out, who comes in, there's always next man up. Whether it's Deuce McBride, whether it's Mikal Bridges. Like, he was efficient tonight from the floor. Cat was efficient. You know, they made, you know, big shots. You know, Mitchell Robinson. They have a very deep team. They're collectively coming together and showing some good chemistry, and they're just super confident. And when they're playing like that and that locked in and that consistent, this is a team that we expect them to be in, and that they should get to the finals if they keep continuing this way.
Last question as it relates to Brunson, and I don't know if this is the semantics of the NBA and star versus superstar or whatever, but this is a guy, when he was in Dallas, I'm like, it's a nice player. But I must admit, I never imagined that he'd become a guy that was capable of this type of offensive output and potentially carrying a team to the finals. Did you see that for him initially in this league, Danny?
I don't think anybody could predict this, and most people that watched it from the outside definitely couldn't. I got a close-up look because I had to guard him, so I knew he was a tough guard. I didn't know if he'd be a franchise guy, but I saw it up close and thought he was special. But I didn't see him doing this in the Garden. And you know, night in, night out, giving them a chance and being at this size. You know, people always doubt guys or guards at this size to be able to lead a team to a championship. He's one of those guys because he's that special and he's that good. And he's been winning on every level. Even in college, he's done it a couple times. Hurt my Carolina Tar Heels one time. I had to watch it up close. So, yeah, he's a special player, and I think he can take this team to where they want to go.
And you see the mentality change. I mean, you go from thinking to knowing, like, he knows who he is now. Like, he's a guy that's capable of doing this night in and night out, and now New York jumps to a 1-0 lead. Danny, I appreciate the time late night. We look forward to doing it again, okay?
Thank you, man. Looking forward.
Game 1 in the Garden, nothing like that building this time of year. The 10th all-time playoff matchup between Philadelphia and New York. And the way the Knicks finished off Atlanta, they came right out in the same vein. Bottoms, Jalen Brunson with 3. He had 14 in the first quarter. OG Anunoby. Well, I mean, you'll take it. Off glass for 3. They're up 8 heading into the second quarter. 10-point lead. Karl-Anthony Towns quickly turns the corner on Joel Embiid. And the lead is 11. It's now an 18-point game. Keep an eye here on the screen as Embiid is in pain as Maxey kicked it to Oubre and got fouled. Embiid on the screen, Bridges fighting through that. Embiid would remain in the game. The Knicks, meanwhile, remain red hot. Wide open look from Bridges from three. No. Josh Hart gets the rebound. Kick it back. Try it again. All right. This time it's good. Jimmy Fallon in the front row. And he's rising to his feet. You can stay on your feet and keep cheering because the ball kept going through the rim. Brunson. And now Brunson, 27 in the first half. Spike. And the Garden roaring. Brunson had the last 11 for the Knicks. They had 74 going into the locker room. Embiid on the block, double, gives it up, and OG in transition, up by 25. Knicks now up 27. Towns. That flat-footed three is cash money. He had 17. The Sixers say, we will sit on some dry powder and live to fight another day. Just a matter of by how many. Brunson, floater in the paint. Knicks win 137-98 and roar to a Game 1 victory. We're pleased to be joined on the show once again by Jalen Brunson. 27 in the first half, 35 in the game. Jalen, it felt like you all shot like infinity percent. What have you all found over the course of these last, now let's call it the last three, where your offense is humming like this? What has it been?
I think us just sticking together and playing for each other and just trying to make things as easy as possible for us. I think it really starts on our defense. Us getting out and getting easy baskets really helps. So, I mean, offense looks great, but it really starts with our defense.
Every game in the playoffs is game to game. Things can change drastically. Is there any way to maintain the type of energy and headspace that you all appear to have, again, particularly over these last three, as you're the first team ever to win 3 playoff games in a row by 25 or more?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but I don't think it's sustainable for us to keep thinking we're going to win by so much.
Sure.
I think we have the confidence to win. But I think most importantly, just having the right mindset, making sure we're paying attention to the little details. All the little things matter, and just can't lose sight of the main thing and staying focused.
Was there a sense maybe that just given what they came off, that their gas tank could have been closer to E than yours, and that was something that you guys could exploit?
Possibly, but I mean, we know what they're capable of, and so it's just one game. Now we got to be ready to go for Game 2 in a couple of days, and we know they're going to be ready. They're going to be recharged and they're going to be ready to go. So regardless of what happens tonight, I mean, that team over there is something special. So we got to be ready.
This has nothing to do with what you were doing in the city, but tonight in the city was the Met Gala. I've never been invited. I don't imagine I ever will be. Do you have any idea, Jalen, what goes on there? I always wonder, do they serve food? Is there like a short film? Do you have any idea what goes on at the Met Gala?
I have no idea. No idea. And I don't know if I want to know at this point. Just keep it a mystery.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm baffled by the whole proceedings. Like, I don't know, you get your fancy outfits, and that's, again, I'm not on the list. And you know what? You should aspire to be busy this time of year anyway. You got work to do, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you had your own garden party tonight, and keep it moving and keep the garden energy high, man. There's nothing like springtime in the city when you guys are cooking like tonight. Thanks for taking a little time after the victory, Jalen. Great night.
Always, John. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Steve, we have this breaking action Bronson report. Oh, he was in the garden. As always, I have to read the text in his voice as I hear them in my head.
The game was a scrimmage. I'm not satisfied. They have no bench. I want more. We need this to be an easy round.
This was an Action Bronson report.